So good to be back here once again, talking to you. Um, just wanted you to know that I'm really appreciating the comments that people have been sending me, and I'm going to read to you one of them today, uh, appreciating the show as well as uh, asking some really interesting questions, and that's what I'm hoping that more of you will do. I'm waiting, I'd love to interact with you and talk to you about the things that matter to you, and to be able to share with you my thoughts and views about that. Not that they matter a whole lot, but if there is anything I can contribute to making your life a somewhat better place, as I struggle to do with mine, then it will be a great honor. So, this is from Allison or Allie, and she writes how much she loves the new show and the forum and everything that I'm doing here, and feels very just want encouraging me to continue with that. And then she was talking about how people say, change your story. I find this confusing as I would be lying to myself. So it's such a great point. I mean, should we be changing our story? Should we be, we all have a life story. We've all been through stuff. Is that something to be ashamed of? Is that something we should, um, you know, should we, be trying to cover it up, try to pretend like it didn't exist, like it didn't happen? What do you think? Is this something that you tell people, or people tell you that, hey, you shouldn't keep talking about the same stuff over and over again, or get over it, or do you have people tell you, that they just want you to be positive, and just put a bright spin on everything? And does it really work? I mean, does being positive work? Does just forgetting what happened work for you? I know it didn't for me, so I had to kind of take a deeper look at how to manage my own thoughts and emotions. Um, I I find it really almost insulting when someone tells me or you or anyone else to forget about what happened to them, because our memory, our remembrance of those events is so deeply a part of what we're going through. And I think it's really a huge part of what we've come here to work on. It's almost like our pet project. And there's no way you can let it go or forget it and then think that by doing that, you're going to reach a place of everlasting bliss or peace or happiness. You're going to play that story again and again, and until you find a resolution to it, until you find a way to be at peace with it. And difficult as it is, that may take sometimes hours, weeks, months, years. It's hard to say. But what is true is this, that your experience is unique to you, and it has uniquely impacted you, and that it matters, and that it's significant. Um, but of course, the deeper question might be for some people, well, why does it happen in the first place? Um, well, I think if you really dive deep into that, you'll see there's huge learning within that experience. If, for example, someone cheated or lied or betrayed you, then perhaps there is something in there that you can take away. I mean, it doesn't all have to be negative, and it doesn't have to all be positive either. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I think that there's great value in the negative. I think it was Carl Jung who would talk about how the gold is in the shadow, that in our messiness, in all the horrible stuff that happens to us, and we've all had our share of it, and for those, for one who has happened to, I think you will think that yours is probably the worst. And it's unfair to compare that with anybody else's, because it is the worst to you because you've gone through it, and only you know how terrible that was. And having acknowledged that, and having literally, like, okay, embrace that this has happened to me, and it becomes an opportunity for you to step up. Step up, not being positive, not dismissing it, but step up to How can I treat myself better? What boundaries do I need to set up? What ways do I make sure this doesn't happen again? How can I choose better people to be with? But more than anything, how can I use this as an opportunity to love myself even deeper? Loving yourself, I think a lot of people think it means being able to um, just pamper yourself or go get a massage or do some kind of fancy thing, go shopping as we're doing in this season of Christmas right now. But no, I disagree. It's loving yourself in your pain and in the shock and in the hurt of all that has happened in your life. That's where love counts. Love is not about something that is just, it's not like a fair weather friend who's just there when everything's going good for you, when everything's positive. But actually love is about something or someone who is there for you when you're most down and out and when you need it the most. And sometimes we're not able to be there for others, but at least the intent and the wish and the desire needs to be exactly that. So can we be that for ourselves to start with? And then can we reach out to community and find friends who would be there for us and love us with our pain, with our brokenness, with the stuff we've been through, with our story, no matter how horrific that might be? Will they love us as we are? I think that's the great thing we all look for. I know that's what I look for, and I think that's what Allison's talking about in her question. What do you think? What would you like to say to her? What kind of comments would help her? What would you want to contribute from your experience of how she should deal with people telling her to dismiss her story and about the value of her story? Is it something she should get over? Is it something she should um, actually honor and value and use as great fodder for personal self-development and growth? What are your thoughts on all that? I'd love to hear that in the comments. I'm really hoping we will take this as a place to discuss and share and contribute. And if any of you would like to, get with me live here, and if you have a Skype account, I have a way that we can get on the screen at the same time. So I'd love to have you join me in these conversations and discussions. But for most, I want it to be relevant, and therefore your comments to each other are really important. Write them in the comments below. And furthermore, if you have questions like Ali's, then please feel free to ask me. And I've had about 15 years working as a spiritual counselor and therapist, and I hope I can share some of the wealth of what I've learned along the way with you. So yeah, that's, I think, my thought for the day is that we're all here together and in this together. I think no one is better or worse. Me sitting here giving you some feedback or my thoughts doesn't make me any better, doesn't make me any superior, not at all. I think I want to be really clear. I'm a traveler on this journey just as you are. I've been through my stuff just as you have, and I'm hoping to learn from you as much as I hope you'll learn, from whatever little I'm here to share. The most important thing I've learned in all of this is that you matter. And I know that sounds cliche, but you matter means your story matters, your experience matters, your emotions matter, your existence matters, and that what you and all of that is there to enrich all of us. Because when we begin to realize that the experiences we've had in this world are not in vain, that the experiences we've had mean something. Whether that's if I think of perhaps one of the most extreme experiences, Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, and the fact that he was there in the concentration camps of Hitler, and he had to struggle with surviving those concentration camps, and through that the things he learned he shared with the world. I think that experience mattered. It's not about wishing those things away. I think those things are so important that um, we all need to honor each other's struggle and each other's experience, and love each other with all of that. So my hope for you and me and all of us is that we will be in a little space here where we can encourage each other, love each other, support each other. And I hope you'll join me by contributing to the comments and adding to the participation here. So I honor your presence and your being here. And I know that if we stay at the level of the heart, we can really make a difference in each other's lives. So thank you for joining me. I'll be back here every weekday. That's my attempt. I hope with your support and encouragement. And please let me know if this is of value to you, because I'd like to. It's only your encouragement that's going to keep me going. Uh, to know that, yeah, that you're interested and that this matters to you, because it matters to me. You matter to me, and I would like to be able to be a part of your life in any way that I can. So, once again, feel free to ask questions, reach out to me, write in the comments below, respond to each other, and love to have you with me. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. I love you. Take care.